an ounce of theory with a ton of practice. The practice of the Fabianists was to influence public opinion in this direction. And this was accomplished by what they argued was not through the masses of people, but rather by a selective education of a powerful few. That's what we're facing today, men and women. A powerful few. We call them the power elite. Francis Schaeffer said to us, and how should we then live? He asked and answered the question, what will happen when the Christian consensus is removed from the public square? He answers, a power elite will fill the void, and they will arbitrarily determine what is right and wrong based out of a Darwinistic frame of reference, or what is called relativism. That is, what is right today may not be right tomorrow. And that's what we're seeing right now, men and women. These people are determining that the Constitution is no longer relevant, no longer applies in a 21st century world. And they are pushing us further and further away from it. It is not by accident that Elena Kagan has been recommended by this administration to be the next Supreme Court Justice. She is a Darwinist. She believes in natural selection and survival of the fittest. Let me tell you about a Darwinist and a Marxist and a socialist. They all got one thing in common. All of them are anti-God. And that's what we let in the White House. That's what we let in our government, is a group of anti-God leaders who are Fabian socialists. Men and women, our threat is authentic. That's why I want you to know this is not about Broden. I'm at the tip of the spear. God has placed me there. But the tip of the spear cannot work and does not work unless there's a shaft. You take the spear, the tip of the spear without a shaft is just a colossal waste of time. But the moment you connect that shaft, it adds force. It adds weight to the spear. And when you throw it, it adds punch and power. It's not about me. It's about the spear. And you and I, together, can stop this. Because there's more of us than it is of them. So there's no campaign here without you. You are the shaft. You're the source that add force to the tip of the spear. And what we're doing today, and what you're saying today as you have come out here tonight, is that we want to save our country. It's worth saving. And we will not stand by and allow the fox in the hen house unfettered and unchecked. We're going to do everything to drive him out and get him from among the hens and the eggs. That's our responsibility. That's ours together. I'm going to Washington as a servant leader. I'm not going to win friends and influence people. Men and women, I don't think it's an accident that God has called me to this moment. It will require, I believe, something that is outside of the norm in order to check what's happening in Washington, D.C. The one voice that America hasn't heard from yet, that they're about to hear from, is a black conservative. one who understands the values of our founding principles, one who understands the significance and the weight of our Judeo-Christian frame. It will take that to win this nation back. And we can do it. We can do it. I'm so encouraged today by your presence. Isn't Buddy wonderful? I don't think it's an accident. Listen to me. Conventional political analysis tells us that we can't win. In fact, many in the Republican Party are standing back right now. The leadership. They're standing back because they're using an old paradigm to make an evaluation of the district. But what you see here has never happened before. Marjorie Ford, are you in the audience? Let me see your hand. There's Marjorie right there. She's out of the 30th district. Marjorie, in the loudest voice that you can muster so everybody can hear you in here. Have you ever seen a Republican candidate like this face Eddie Bernice Johnson?
No.
Amen. And I'm not saying that because I'm special. I'm just saying it's a fact. I'm a game changer. The game has changed in the 30th district. Eddie Bernice Johnson will have to give an account for her record now. The African American community is saying, who is this guy? And why is he running against Eddie Bernice Johnson? And when they ask that question, they're going to be looking for an answer. And I have one. Amen. So we can win this day. We can win this day. I'm going to turn it over to Buddy. I'm sure he has some things that he wants you to do. We need your finances. We need you to make some money available to us tonight. You know, while you can give it now. And what we're doing is that we want you to give as a large amount of money as you can, because those who are stepping back right now, we just heard it today, said, we're going to support our top gun. And our top guns are those who have demonstrated their capacity to raise money. In the New American magazine, which is the John Birch Society magazine, they ran an article on me and Star Parker in that magazine, and it went all over the country. And the author says that Star Parker and I are a few of about 33 African Americans who are running for office across this country who are Republican and conservative. 33 of us. The author went on to say this. He says, Pastor Broden is running an exciting campaign. During the primary, he raised $125,000. And in it, he says, if he is to win, he has to show better prowess than that. And he's right. He's right. And that will happen with you. Again, I remind you of the same threat that was facing the founding fathers at the beginning of this nation. Tyranny was what they were facing. Tyranny is what we're facing now. And they gave of their fortunes, their sacred honor, to fight against tyranny. Men and women, we need your sacrifice. If we're going to save this republic, it's going to take sacrifice. Time, talent, and treasure. I'm not pocketing any of this money. Now, you know, look, if it was about money for me, I would have never worked for 22 years in the inner city. I would have never done it. I'd have left there a long time ago. I don't earn a lot of money now. My wife shakes her head when she looks at my salary. I don't earn a lot of money, but I never went into the inner city because of money. Chuck Colson, in his book titled Loving God, says this: the very nature of the obedience that God requires of us is that it be given without regard to circumstances or results.